What up, everybody? It's your boy Hally back again, Gvg Podcast, Detroit representative to the day that I die, east side in the building and all that good stuff. I hope you blessed. I hope this message finds you blessed. Y'all know how we do it. Gvg is God versus gods, the true God versus the people and things and deities that we choose to worship instead of him. Y'all know we drop episodes every Thursday. I get my points off the phone and then I go off the fly. Y'all ready? It's already done. So today I want to talk about how this world takes flowers and turns them into monsters. This world will take a flower and turn it into a monster. I think it was Rihanna who had the song, Good Girl Gone Bad. That's one of the things. Women start out just like men start out. We all start out as babies with no prejudice, no racism, no capitalism. They don't want to be gold diggers. They don't care how much money you have or what car you drive. They have an innocence about them. And as they grow up in this world, they're little flowers. And day by day, this world turns those flowers into monsters. Women deal with so much in today's time. Women have dealt with molestation, rape. They've dealt with being overlooked. They've dealt with competition with each other, talking behind each other's backs. They've dealt with not getting the job, not getting the promotion. They've dealt with family members doing them wrong. They've dealt with baby daddies and husbands and domestic abuse and violence. And they've dealt with always playing second fiddle. They've dealt with issues within their purpose, issues within their work, issues within their life, their jobs, being a mom, being a grandmother, being a sister. They've dealt with issues, just period. Being a woman is hard. Being a woman is tough. And I know I'm not a woman. I'm just stating that from the outside looking in, being a woman is hard. And a lot of women were flowers. And slowly but surely, this world turned them into monsters. I don't believe women have to be masculine. I don't believe that women can be masculine. I believe that they portray themselves as masculine because they believe that that's what they have to be. But really what it is they've turned you into a monster. You used to be a flower and they turned you into a monster. Having to pay rent, having to pay bills, having to take care of your kids, having to work 2 jobs, having to always deal with sexual harassment and people overlooking you and acting like you can't think or be great because you're a woman. People only looking at your body. People looking at you as an object. People throwing away your ideas. People thinking that you can't make it. You can't have a business. You can't be this. You can't be that. Hearing the word can't so much that you start to believe it. Your mother, the trauma you have with your mothers, the trauma you have with your grandmothers, the competition you have with your sisters and your cousins, the hate that you have gotten from other people, from other nationalities, the problems you have dealt with, the most overlooked woman, the black woman, but women, period. It's hard being a woman. And there are so many good women that have gone bad based on their circumstances, based on things that didn't happen, and based on things that did happen. And today I just want to pay my respects and give a shout out to all of the women who have tried to stay flowers through all of this turmoil, through all of the hate, through all of the anxiety and depression and anger, and all of the things that have been thrown at you to try to turn you into a monster. And to the ones that are turned into monsters, I do understand. I do understand why you turned into that. I do understand why you made the decisions that you made. I do understand the spirit behind it, because you were once a flower and something happened, something changed in your life that it turned off. Something happened that those rose petals fell and you said, you know what? I'm not a rose anymore. I'm not a flower anymore. I can't exist in this world and be a flower. I have to be a monster. That's the only way to exist in this dog-eat-dog world. Good girl gone bad. And then I turn to Good men gone bad. As a man, you got a target on your back daily. As a man, you could be good for 20 years. And that one day that you mess up, everyone is going to say, I knew he was a mess up. I knew he wasn't no good. I knew he was terrible. I knew he was a bad father. There's so many things up against men. Men have to be providers. We have to be responsible. We have to be teachers. We have to be protectors. We have to have all the responsibility and accountability of Adam. We have to be leaders. We can't have a dent in our armor. We have to be leaders 24/7. We have to do all of these things 24/7. We have to work 40, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. We have to stand tall through everything, through racism, through prejudice. We have to be the first line when the robber comes in the door. We have to be the protector. We have to be all of these things. We are targeted in the streets. We are talked about. We are mistreated. We are told to be robotic and not have emotions. We are told to be passive aggressive. This is what we're taught. We are taught to be the shield for everything that comes up against our families. We are taught to keep walking with our limp, keep walking with our arm hurting, keep walking with our head with a headache, keep walking with your foot hurting, keep walking no matter what happens, because you are the reason that your family will make it or fail. A lot of men have turned bad because they were innocent at one time too. They were full of life. They were full of zest at one time too. And then life happened. And then they understood that everything that I've done, no one respects me, no one cares, no one reveres me, no one cares that I bust my hump 70 hours a day. No one cares that I gotta pay everything, because when I can't do it, I don't have value anymore. The minute that I stop working, the minute that I stop moving, the minute that I stop being who I am thrown and kicked to the curb. So a lot of men have gone bad. A lot of men have said it's easier to be a bum. A lot of men have said it's easier to sell drugs. A lot of men have said it's easier if I don't have to deal with you. I don't have to deal with your perfection, your expectations that you put upon me that put me in a corner. And I can't have emotions. When I talk to you, you use them against me. I have to be a robot. I have to be in motion and emotionless. A lot of men have turned bad because it's hard being good. The good man gets trampled over. The good man gets talked about. The good man gets cheated on. The good man is too boring. The good man is not good enough. The good man, it doesn't make enough. The good man isn't this. He isn't that. There's always a stamp of him not being approved. Good men go through so many bad things. Women and men. There are good men who are going bad, and there are good women who are going bad. Based on the circumstances of life, based on ego being crushed, based on life, midlife crises, based on knowing that you made so many mistakes that you can't come back from, knowing that your family is only looking at you as a value, as a dollar sign, that you are nothing but your dollar. You are nothing but a dollar sign to your family. That's your value. A lot of men are waking up and having emotions and realizing that this life is not what they made it out to be. And now we're crying. We used to cry on the inside, now we're letting it out. A lot of good men have gone bad. This life is hard. It punches every day. Every day you wake up, something is punching and kicking and choking, trying to get you to stop, trying to get you to submit. This life is hard. This life turns flowers into monsters. Every day someone changes. Every day there was someone who was fighting 30 years, 40 years, 20 years, 50 years. And today they say, you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of being good. I'm tired of being a stand-up person. I'm tired of the one getting the gold medals in first place. You know what? I'm done. I give up. I tap. I'm through. I'm submitted. You can have it. You can take it. Because every day this life punches. There's not a day that you don't wake up that something don't happen. The old saying is, there's always something. There's always something that's trying to knock me down. There's always something that's trying to choke me out. My happiness, my joy. There's always something that's trying to take it away. The devil is always right there, dancing in our faces, saying, you can't do this, you can't do that. I'm going to take this away, I'm going to take that away. I'm going to make you give up. Everyday life punches hard. And some of us, we just don't have the will to keep punching back. And if us as grown-ups, we can't get it together, how do we expect children to get it together? How do we expect them to be perfect little beings when we still got problems and hang-ups? We have to understand that we're not perfect, so how do we expect them to be perfect? I remember my childhood as a kid. It was a bad childhood on both ends, based on my decisions and based on my parents' decisions. I know I wasn't perfect, and I had to realize that they weren't perfect. They weren't Superman and Superwoman. They went through the things they went through, and your demons passed down. And who am I to think that my children are going to be perfect? And I'm not. I still fall. I still go through things. I still wake up late. I still have hate in my heart for things. I still fall. I still do things that I have no business. I still do things that I'm not proud of. So how can I expect them to not be? So we have to understand that, people, that right now your children are flowers and this world is slowly turning them into monsters. We have to really be there for them, because I guarantee you one day you're going to see the switch flip and they're going to be a monster, and your little girl or your little boy is going to be gone. Their innocence is going to be gone, and there's not going to be a thing you can do about it. You're just going to have to live with it. Because right now, a lot of our children, just like a lot of us, that star is shining bright, but darkness comes. And when darkness comes, it's going to be up to you if you're going to be able to still shine bright through it all. Because darkness can't take away your light, but darkness can make you take away your own light. Understand that on today, people. Our kids, their star is still shining bright. But this life is waiting, this darkness is waiting to take it away from them. And once they take it, it's gone. They can never shine as bright as they did before. So understand that on today, people. We have to really try to keep our kids' star shining bright. We have to hope that they don't turn from flowers to monsters. And the saddest part of that is the prison of social media. We are all trapped and engaged in social media, whether young or old. There's so many people who are trapped in the prison of social media. And social media is turning a lot of flowers into monsters. The suicide rate for young girls has went up so high. Just study it. Go look at it. Look at the data of the suicide rates of young people who feel that they aren't rich enough, they aren't good enough, they aren't beautiful enough, they don't have the right phone, they don't have the right shoes. And what do? They hurt themselves or they kill themselves. Depression is up, anxiety is up, anger is up, hate crimes are up. Everything that you want to think of is up. The prison of social media has heightened everything in our hearts. When I grew up, there was no social media. Kids growing up today have social media. They have a different animal. So understand that, people. Suicide rates are going up. People are more confused than ever. People don't know their sexuality. They don't know what they want to be in this world. They don't know their parents. They don't know themselves. They don't know anything but what social media is telling them. We are all trapped in this prison of social media. And if the grown people can't decipher AIs and deep fakes and learning what's real and what's fake and what they should do and shouldn't do, how do you expect the children to know? We all just end up worshiping the money and attention. Everybody wants fame now. Everybody wants attention now, and they're willing to do anything to get it. Women will post 100 videos of their backside, dancing and trying to look good, not saying a word, not doing anything productive, just their beauty. And they will call that content. Men will show off their bodies and do all these different things just for content and for attention. It's a free country. You do what you do. I'm just letting you know that that's part of the prison of social media. Because now you're on a hamster wheel, meaning that you're trapped by having to do this every day to keep the attention of the people. And money and attention are the new drug. Fame, that's a drug now. Everybody wants to get high off fame. Everybody wants to be an influencer. Everybody wants to be Instagram famous and YouTube famous and TikTok famous. Everybody, and they're willing to sacrifice everything to get there. And that's crazy because none of us can really live a simple life anymore. It can't just be about family, friends, the sun, the clouds, and the grass, and just having joy and happiness. No, it doesn't come from the inside anymore. Happiness and joy is substituted on the outside. Now it's about your car, your clothes, how your body looks, and if I got 6 figures or 7 figures in my bank account, if I can take 7 vacations this year, if I can become a trillionaire and give my family generational wealth. We live off ambition. We live off capitalism in today's time. We don't know how to live a simple life without a phone, without social media, without Wi-Fi, without mobile data, without all of these extra things that make us feel better about ourselves through dopamine. I tell you right now, you watching, you probably couldn't live a simple life anymore because you're so used to it. Your brain is so used to the affirmation of a phone. And we don't know the effects of these phones and all of these waves and things that are going through the air nowadays, just like cigarettes. Everybody smokes cigarettes until they found out that they cause cancer. Everybody drank until they found out that if you drink too much, it may mess with your kidney or your liver or this or that. We have no studies on phones. We have no studies. We don't have 30-year, 40-year, 50-year studies on what this does every time you touch a phone, what it does to your eyes every time you look at a phone. We don't have the studies yet. So we are the new lab rats. And in 30, 40, 50 years, we'll know because we'll be facing the cancerous effects or whatever happens. We'll be facing that. We're just lab rats. We're just in a petri dish right now. We're on the hamster wheel of social media and having phones and Wi-Fi and 5G and all of those things. They give us all of these trinkets and we love it, but we don't know if we're killing ourselves in the process, just like when they smoked cigarettes and got lung cancer and throat cancer. Understand this on today, people, that the world is taking flowers and turning them into monsters. I hope that you listen to this message. I hope that you are able to help someone not become a monster. Your words, the things that you say to people, your encouragement, how you treat people when you're in public, when you're at home, all of those things matter. Help a person today. Be the thing that they need today to stay in joy, to stay in happiness. Be their encouragement, be their guidance because they need it. There's so many people that are on the verge of becoming a monster. And there's so many people that have already became it. Help someone today to stay a flower in this world of monsters. It's your boy Hally, it's GVG. We out.